Hello and welcome back to Houselights, your one-stop shop for everything you need to hear about this week in the world of entertainment. As always, I'm your host, Liz Nass, and I'm joined with the beautiful, the amazing, the wonderful Dipika Rao.
Hello.
You're amazing and wonderful, and I'm so excited you're back.
You're amazing, Liz. Thanks for giving me a second shot at Houselights.
So, we won't talk about the first shot, we recorded a video at one point that, was not released because of events on campus. So, we're deciding to, come back and talk about some other stuff that, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. Cringy internet stuff.
Yeah.
But first, I need to tell you something. I watched some of season 2 of New Girl after we talked about New Girl, and I was absolutely lolling. I was lolling, I was laughing out loud, I was LMAOing all over the place.
Okay.
It was so good, you were right.
Wait, how much of it did you watch?
3 episodes of New Girl.
Okay.
There was the one that was she is she just got fired. She was laid off, and so she decides to be Katie. Mm-hmm. And then there was one about the emotion, Nick being the emotional fluffer, which was really good. And so no, I am absolutely I might continue to watch New Girl.
You have to, yeah.
So I just wanted to tell you that you were correct, because off camera she was telling me that you're Liz, you're so New Girl,
You are New Girl. Yeah. You have to
I don't think I'm Zooey Deschanel though. I'm just New Girl.
No. I think you're just the vibe of New Girl.
As the concept.
The witty comedy, sunshine fun, that kind of thing.
Aw. So, yeah, we're going to talk about cringy internet stuff today because that's what I love to do. So the first thing I want to talk about is, I don't actually know if I've talked about this in the pod before. I feel like me being me, I have talked about it before, but I don't really know. I want to talk about family vloggers.
Okay.
So you said that you know a little bit about the Ace family drama.
I know a little bit. I just know that, just the general realm of family vloggers being so problematic and exploiting their kids and showcasing literally everything on the internet, which is crazy in itself.
It's not only just it's exploiting your kids, but also it's bad content. The content of pranking your kid until he cries.
Oh yeah,
is insane.
And it's all set up. It's
right.
It's bad reality TV. It's just.
But do you think, you know what, there's a good question. Do you think that it's all set up for the kids? I don't think they know that it's a setup because they're little.
Oh, I think it is though. Maybe to an extent, because I don't know how hard in practice I feel they could just say oh, go stand there and act surprised. You have to act surprised, okay? Giving them childish instructions.
Yeah, that's probably true, yeah.
But because I don't know if you've seen this one TikToker. I don't know her name. But she came under fire because I think something bad happened, the family pet died.
Oh,
and she was vlogging in the car, and she accidentally forgot to edit some clips out of her video. So what happened is she's on camera, and then she's saying to her kid, she's no, cry more. This has to be the thumbnail. She's hugging him. She's no, cry more, look more sad. Giving him these, I know, emotionally manipulative
hugging
instructions.
The dead family pet?
Yeah.
No.
No, sorry. Hugging each other for the thumbnail.
Okay.
No.
I'm that's insane.
That's another level. No.
Right, no.
She hasn't gotten there yet. But just all the comments were obviously this, you are emotionally exploiting your kid. That's insane. The kid is obviously visibly upset already, and he doesn't need to be goaded into giving a reaction about his loss.
Right, and I feel it's not just exploiting sadness too. I feel they just exploit their childhood memories.
Oh, yeah.
Normal stuff, especially the teenagers. It gets weird.
Yeah.
Because I've seen teenagers be tell us about your first kiss.
Yeah.
Talking to him, giving my kid the talk.
Oh my god, yeah. There's this one.
You.
Yeah, there's a parenting account on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it. It's this one dad who his entire account is staging his daughter.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. He's Southern, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's that sound going around. It's Dad, I got divorced. Dad, here's your grandkid.
Dad, I'm in debt. Yeah.
Dad, I'm in debt. And all the sounds are putting their dad in front of them reacting. To see how they would react. Mm-hmm. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know. I just feel another part of it is I doubt that the kids see the money, but in a roundabout way they probably do, right?
No, yeah.
Because you're thinking Ace Family Mansion, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, these kids get to live this crazy luxurious life of I don't know. Just money in general, just having money. But there's no, like, they are the ones that are creating the content.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's no, like, you know how, like, for the Nickelodeon stars, they have, like, those laws that's like, oh, they set up a bank account so that the parent only gets, like, this percent of it, and then the kids have, like, a set-aside bank account. Like, they don't have enough regulations on, like,
that's true.
on, like, creation for the, like, content creation for the internet, like, for kids like that. So, I doubt that, like, oh, there's a trust fund set up for them when they're, like, 18.
And at, like, what cost? Like, these kids are going to grow up and look back at the videos that, which is just strange in itself.
And we all have, like, family videos, but we don't have, like, family videos of, like, kids being pranked until they cry. I was telling Jack Williams, one of the reporters at St. News, about the podcast, like, subjects today, and he reminded me that they, like, this one family is called Daddy05, like, always did, like, pranks with their one kid, and, like, until, like, just, like, the prank being, I'm gonna accuse you of doing something wrong, and we're gonna yell at you for, like, an hour, and then we're gonna be like, just kidding, we know you didn't do that, and they had CPS called on them, and they took 2 of their kids away. And it's like, God. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So, like, maybe is that how they regulate, like, content creation for kids now?
Like, not child abuse?
Like, just like, well, as long as it's not child abuse, then...
No, that's actually, like, such a good question, because it's not always emotional manipulation, it's more than that, but in the cases that it is, like, how do you safeguard, especially when it's your own parents and they have legal rights over you?
Well, and the thing is, like, it maybe, like, if there weren't videos of these parents, then we wouldn't know about abuse happening behind the scenes. So it's like, could it also be used as, like, a tool for, like, policing abuse? Because, like, there's like, I was trying to make this, like, a fun topic, but, like, there's also this one TikToker that has been getting in a lot of, like, flack lately because she has, like, a very young girl, super cute.
I was gonna bring this up.
Okay, and she, like, dresses her up in these very, like, I don't want to say, like, because I don't want to be, like, the dudes that comment on it and be like, oh, it's scandalous or, like, too sexy or whatever. It's, like, but what, like, a teenage girl would wear.
Yeah.
Or, like, someone our age. Like, crop tops and little shorts. And there's all these, like, dudes commenting on it and, like, saying, like, oh, beautiful girl and all this stuff. And she doesn't turn off the comments.
Yeah. And she's gotten comments saying, if you have one comment that's telling you, like, heads up, this is getting in the wrong hands and this is being exploited, like, why wouldn't you stop? You know, and she doesn't. Yeah.
No. Because I think content creation with your kid is fine. But, like, there's this one series that she does, and it's, like, mom outfits versus grandma outfits. And the mom outfit is always something, like, just off. It's, like, it's just, like, too adult for a girl. She's, like, 3.
Yeah.
And then there is the grandma outfit, which is, like, a normal kid outfit. Yeah. And, like, the mom frames it as, like, oh, the grandma outfit's so ugly. And look at my millennial core daughter.
No, and it's not just about, like, oh, this is so revealing. It's also that, like, majority of the time, the grandma's outfits are just more, like, letting this kid live innocence and childlike wonder. Right. Like, they're colorful, they're sparkly, they're, like, ridiculous in an adult world and adult fashion, but, like, for kids, that's what they're meant to wear and explore with, you know?
Right.
Rather than, like, a crop top and, like, ripped jeans, like...
Yeah, it's the justice effect. Like, you're supposed to have that face.
Kids are wearing... I've seen, like, newborn toddlers wear Zara.
What?
Yeah.
They have a newborn section at Zara?
It's... no. That's okay, crazy. Not like newborns, but, like, you know what I mean? Like
babies.
Within it, babies. Like, literal babies, yeah. It's insane.
Well, it reminds me... Bringing up that fact, too, it's like, oh, it's, like, for adults and stuff, and, like, it fits, like, their aesthetic more as, like, a mom and daughter pair. Yeah. Did you see that one video of this lady who took, like, her kids' play Christmas tree that was, like, super cute and colorful? It was, like, a play, like, it was, like, bright green with, like, little ornaments that were, like, super colorful, and then she's, like, painting my kids' play Christmas tree to fit my aesthetic, and then she turned it all, like, muted colors.
The sad beige mom.
The sad beige mom. It was so sad, actually. And, I mean, I bet the kid, like, it's still their toy, but it's, like, it's different.
No, it's taking away color and, like, it's like looking through a dog filter. Like, it's insane.
Well, that's, like, also, like, that reminded me of, like, Kim Kardashian's, like, like events that she holds for her kids or whatever, like all the Christmas all the Christmas wrapping, like I think like Chloe or like Kendall maybe did like fun wrapping, like still, because they do, you know.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Kardashians like wrapping drop or whatever? They always do their like themed wraps. And Kim Kardashian like wrapped all of her kids like Christmas stuff in like a t-shirt. In just like a white t-shirt like material. And I'm like, where is like the Paw Patrol like Christmas themed wrapping paper?
Where's the like slightly demented looking Santa that's in different angles all over the paper? That's what I got.
Yeah, no, or like just like bright colors. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with having an aesthetic, especially when you're Kim Kardashian and like that you're.
Those kids can buy color, like,
right, like it's fine. But like, there's just something like so sad.
Yeah, no, definitely. I saw it probably was the same mom that did the Christmas tree, but she said like setting up my kid's birthday party or letting my kid have some fun according to the sad beige mom aesthetic, and she put up this inflatable rainbow and this inflatable pool. Both were solid beige. So it's not even a rainbow anymore. It's just an arch.
Just an arch.
It's just a beige arch, with clouds at the bottom.
That's
it was
insane.
That really is,
No, but and I just don't like it. I don't like it. It gives all the same vibes of like family vloggers trying to control their kids' life too much to fit the content that they put on the internet.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you're gonna be a family vlogger, like fit the content to be their life. You know what I'm saying?
Otherwise, just like do your own thing aside from your kids.
Also, just why do you have to bring your kids into it? That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Just be normal. Sorry.
No, but tell them.
Like, just have like a weird home video that you like show their like first boyfriend in high school and like just be like Christine.
Exactly.
But okay. So, any other comments on the family vloggers? I feel like we kind of ate that up.
We did. We should let them know. I think.
We should let them know. But talking about eating it up, let's talk about water talk. It is actually one of the things that I hate watch the most, I think. It's kind of fallen off lately, but for a while it was like the thing I was watching the most, like, and it was because of, and I'm like, wow, the For You page algorithm's so crazy, the more you watch it, like, the more it shows up. But since I was actively looking up, my entire For You page was filled with, like 40-year-old moms, like, making their water.
Oh, I thought it was just teenagers.
No. It's like millennial core, I feel like.
Oh my god.
No.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Honestly, like, I didn't actually see any teenagers doing that. Because, okay, so, first of all, let me explain, because you know who didn't know what this was when I pitched it to her?
Who?
Morgan Womack.
Oh my god.
Miss Editor-in-Chief didn't know what water talk was, so I had to send her a TikTok to let her know. We should probably let her know. But it was this, so basically, you take water, and you make it not water. And you add all these weird syrups into it, and, like, pouches of flavoring, and you make it not water, and then you call it making your water, and that's what they drink all day in this big freaking Stanley cup.
And those circle water bottles.
And it's just gross. Like, you know what? Everyone has their own taste, and that's fine. But don't call it water.
Yeah.
You made juice.
It's juice.
Okay, juice.
It's juice.
Like, that's fine. Like, you can make juice. It's giving baby formula. But, like, juice.
I don't understand. Like, I have tried to be, like, understanding. Like,
she's trying to be understanding. She can't do it anymore.
I can't keep it in anymore. Because water isn't, like, it's neutral. But let's say you pick up, like, a Dasani water bottle. Yeah, it tastes a little bad, you know?
Right.
Like, it has an aftertaste. But what's the need where you can't drink water unless you flavor it? That's insane.
And, like, it's okay if you don't. Actually, it's not okay.
It's really not.
It's really, like, important for you to stay hydrated. But, like, I feel like
it's a survival need.
Like, I think that drinking water is important and you should do it in any way that you can. But I just don't think that it is hydrating you as much anymore.
Isn't it also, like, it has to be bad? Like, I know it says 0 sugar or 0 calories or something, but it's gotta have additives and chemicals.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's definitely, like, it's not that we should be counting calories, but it's like you are adding. That's, like, there's no way that's no longer 0 calories. And also, like aspartame or, like, whatever, like, aspartame, like, that's getting into your system, like, you're gonna die. Like, and then they add the edible glitter, and you're like, wow, like, that should not be, I don't think that should be ingested. Yeah. I don't care if it's edible.
What I don't get is, like, this might sound weird, but what's their, like, neutral drink then? because people have like milk, they have water, like when they have something spicy.
Oh God, do you think it's like whole milk? Their like neutral drink that they have with like a dinner is like just a big old glass of milk.
Like they need flavored water, but milk they can handle.
Milk they can, yeah, evil. That's evil.
I don't understand. Yeah,
I doubt that they have a neutral drink then.
I do too, but that bothers me. I feel like you need to have a palate cleanser.
I feel like they probably do drink water if necessary.
Yeah, they're like,
but I don't think that they choose to, and that's like a problem for. I drink so much water, so maybe that's what the difference is. I'm just like picky. Like I've never drank soda before. It's not for any health reasons. Trust me, I am not a healthy eater. I don't make healthy choices for my body. But I do just like I never like soda. I don't like fizz. I'm a texture person. So like water's just always been my thing. Water and coffee. That's pretty much the only thing I drink.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it bothers me so much.
No,
you know what? It's just a personal choice. But you know what? It's also an environmental choice, because if you watch most of these videos, the one that I sent to Morgan specifically, and most of them, they are taking bottled water and putting it into their Stanley. And I'm like, what do you think you're doing? Like, that is not helping any. Why would you even have a reusable cup then?
Yeah.
You're using so much plastic.
Wait, they're flavoring it anyway, so they don't need to be like,
Right.
filtered water. Like, yeah.
Just get a Brita. Also, if you're so worried. But yeah, no, they're taking like bottled water.
That's insane.
And like that's
a problem for sure.
You're ruining the point.
Yeah.
You're ruining the point of a reusable
Yeah.
water bottle. Well, I know that you have a topic that you want to talk about as well.
Oh yeah. So
Speak your truth.
Well, have you listened to Ariana Grande's new album by any chance?
I have. I listened to a couple of the songs. They were not bad. I like Ariana Grande sometimes. I don't think she's like the best pop artist. I'm more of like a hyper pop girly myself. Like I love a good Charli XCX. Like I think she's the queen of pop. But I think that she makes good pop music most of the time.
Album wise, like
it was a good concept.
Yeah, at first I didn't like it because I thought the writing was a little childish. But then like I re-listened. I mean, her vocals are good, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But when it came out, and before it came out with the whole Ethan Slater stuff,
dude, the Ethan Slater stuff, just like I feel like I beat it to death on this podcast, but I'm still not over it. Like it's insane.
No, it's insane. And also, I mean, like the fact that the woman is getting. Well, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Ariana Grande, but like the woman disproportionately getting the hate.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, but also it's probably because he doesn't have really a fan base either. He's Mr. SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah. I respect Broadway performers. I love Broadway. That musical's not good though. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, but I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how they interact in Wicked. Like I know that like they're playing characters obviously, right? But like I know that like okay, maybe more like I'm excited for the press tour because I want to see how they interact, if they even get sat in like the same rooms. Like I want to see how the cast like reacts to them reacting. Like I am gonna be like analyzing. I'm gonna be like taking notes and everything because.
Well, is he gonna be like? Doesn't he just play like a munchkin?
He's not. Like, it's not a munchkin. It's one of the smaller characters.
Oh, okay.
He's not. I know he's not one of the, because I thought when they casted him, but maybe this was just a lie on social media to make him look bad, I thought he was one of the flying monkeys. I thought that's what he was cast as, but I think that was just a joke on Twitter. Yeah. But I was like, it's one of the smaller characters still, so it's not like he's going to have that much screen time.
But it's not like Munchkin number 3.
No, it's not Munchkin number 3.
Okay.
But he honestly should.
No, yeah. But when like with that whole thing, and she's been doing like album promo and stuff, and she's been talking, and people are saying that her voice is completely different, and they've been citing like Wicked for it. Oh, like she's in Glinda mode or whatever. But
you are not Austin Butler. You don't.
That. Oh my god.
He's still stuck in Elvis.
Even after doing.
Even after understand it. Have you seen the TikToks where he's like, and this is good because this is cringy internet. So where he's like. And people are like reenacting how he's saying like in Austin.
So good.
In Austin. I can't even do it right because it's too southern.
It's so good.
But no, I get what you're saying, but she's not a method actress.
No, and it's just something that's kind of been like building up. Like she used to spray tan, and she used to have the biggest black accent, and she used to appropriate like her music, her style, the way she like carried herself was just appropriating black like culture. And I was like thinking about it, and it's like it's a pattern. Like, first of all, Aquafina, you know, on her own.
Right.
But then, like, Miley Cyrus used to do it, and at a certain point in their careers, like, these artists stop appropriating Black culture, like, to an extent, and they step out and they, like, become white, you know, quote unquote again, where like suddenly she's elegant and she's classy, she's well spoken, she she doesn't spray tan anymore, so she's ghostly pale, and people are saying, oh, she just hasn't been in the sun in a while. And when they look at old photos, they say, oh, she was just Italian. It doesn't make any sense. No. But like once they reach a point in their career, they're like stepping out of that like image that they've created for themselves. Yeah. And Kylie Jenner, and people cite it as, oh, Kylie Jenner's dating Timothée Chalamet now, so he changed her style's more classy.
Well, yeah, and they're saying the same thing about Ariana Grande
and Sophia Richie. Like once she got married, it was, oh, she's so elegant. And even though before, like, she used to appropriate, although Sophia Richie is half Black, I think so, yeah. But like Kylie Jenner especially, and it's just like crazy how like now they're considered classy and, you know, like sophisticated. Yeah.
So weird.
And they just like, people won't accept that like that happened. They're just like, I mean, obviously people stans will always like defend their favorites.
No, well, and I thought when I watched that Zach Sang like show one where most of the people were pulling like the clips from that of like, you know, comparing like how he did not give her enough grief. Like, and I know they've been friends for years, but like he was like just letting her like say whatever that she wanted to say, and he was just moving on. He was not, his journalistic ethics were off.
Oh yeah.
And it's bias. Like, and I want to see like, what do the people that like Zach Sang have been around her for years like feel about like this weird like shift? And some people are just like blaming it on like the boyfriend, saying like, well, she just changes with every guy she dates. But it feels like a culture thing.
And it feels like she's capitalized, like she's made profit off of it. So I feel like it can't just be like...
Right, and maybe it is for the role, but like why would a role change the way that you are?
Yeah.
It's just so...
Yeah.
It freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
You said something that reminded me, I think it was talking about Zach Sang, I can't remember now, but...
Zach Sang is too nice an interviewer, in general. But, like, especially in that Ariana Grande.
Oh, I want to see Keke Palmer interview her.
Oh, my God.
It would be so good. Have you seen Keke Palmer, her interview with Bobby?
No, I haven't.
She talks, it's so good. She, I don't know, but what's her last name? Like
Olitov or something?
Like that. She interviews her, and she's asking her about, like, what she does and how it goes. And then she talks about, industry plants, and she brings it up and she says, do you know what an industry plant is? And Bobby said no. And then she calls her out so well. She says, well, basically an industry plant is someone who, and she's looking her dead in the eyes when she says this, and she's like, you know, has no talent and no real skills and no like career that's based off of anything, and just gets her way in the industry because she has connections. And then she was talking about how she herself had to, like, struggle and make a name for her. Like, it took a long time to get her career going, but Bobby's fame was just kind of overnight. And Bobby just didn't really have a response for that, which I thought was crazy. But
no, and honestly, she is, though.
No,
like,
she is, yeah.
I don't really understand where she came from, honestly. And then, like, people will, like, cite her past because they were like, I saw... You know how, like, TikTok gives you the thing that's, like, search after? I am such a sucker for the search bar, like, underneath all the TikTok. I'm like... Yes, I'd like to know more, actually. But it's like Bobby divorce, and I'm like, how do we know all this, like, this girl's, like, personal stuff? Because I feel like we just learned about her.
I didn't even know she was married when I saw that.
No, exactly. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't understand, like, why we care.
Yeah.
Because, like, the first thing that really came up was, I think it was the Drake interview.
Yeah.
That was, like, the first thing. And now they have, like, beef.
Yeah.
I don't really know why. I think isn't that, like, one of the internet's biggest mysteries right now is, like, why did Bobby and, like... And Drake unfollow each other.
And why did, like, Drake take the video down, apparently, or something?
Yeah. So weird. But, no, I love Keke Palmer so much. I love Keke Palmer. She's so good. What was she? She was a Nope, right?
Yeah.
That was such a good movie. You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. And I watched it multiple times to try to, like...
You really wanted to like...
I want to like this. Because I love Jordan Peele. And I knew that this is not going to be like Us, and it's not like Get Out, and it doesn't have to be good. Like, I knew that some people went in with that expectation and then they were let down. I didn't have that. I don't know. I appreciate the message. I know what it was trying to say. I just didn't. I think it was a little bit boring, and I think they underutilized. Why is his name? It's
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya. Yeah.
He's so
kind
great.
of like.
Well, and he was so. It's just like I think it had to do with the script because he was just so good in like Get Out. Yeah. I think Get Out is my favorite Jordan Peele, but I do think I like Nope better than Us.
Okay.
Because Us was like, I don't know, I think the theme was like a little shaky for me. Like I got it, but like I felt like they kind of portrayed it in like more of like an artsy way than I would have wanted it to be. Like I feel like Get Out was like super like concise in its like theming and stuff, and like I feel like Nope was really good too in that way, but I feel like with Us it was just more up to interpretation because I feel like Jordan Peele was trying to get a little bit more artsy than usual, and I just like didn't love that. I like when, I don't like things explained to me, but I also don't like when directors are too pretentious for their own good. And I think with, following the huge success of, like, Get Out, I feel like Jordan Peele maybe, like, got wrapped into that sort of thing where it's like, oh, well, I have to, like, up the ante with this one. It's like, no, you made a good film. Make another good film. I almost went to film school. I don't know if you can tell. I just got into like my weird like thesis.
No, I love it.
But I'll just like shut up. Like it's fine.
I love hearing about film. But that's also fair. Like I think like what you said about interpretation, like Us was left up to interpretation, but I think the problem with that was that it wasn't really interpretation. It was more like there are plot holes. Like,
literally, like that's what I'm saying. That's like saying Pretty Little Liars is up to interpretation. like babe, it has plot holes. Like there's stuff that's wrong. Oh my God,
or Gossip Girl. Yeah.
Or Gossip Girl. Oh, I love Gossip Girl. I think I like Pretty Little Liars more just because listen, I grew up with Pretty Little Liars so much, I only watched Gossip Girl in like high school.
Oh my God.
Pretty Little Liars was that was everything. That was everything to me. I loved
I
that
have to
show.
say, I started watching I know everything that happened.
Yeah.
But I think I watched like a good part of season 1 and it just got so... It was, like, too dramatic.
It is so dramatic. So, like, season 1 through 4 is, like, it's so solid for me. And then, spoiler alert, Pretty Liars is so old, just watch it. But, like, spoiler alert, like, Allison's alive, and you figure that out in the middle of season 4. After that, it goes absolutely off the rails bonkers. They're, like, because, like, I think they wanted to have, like, this huge twist to keep the show alive, but then they didn't know how to keep up that, like, sort of momentum, so they're like, we're going to, like, add in an evil twist. Like, the finale of Pretty Little Liars was that or Redcoat or whatever turned out, which is, like, apparently 2 different things now, which it wasn't in the beginning. I could do a whole episode on this.
Please, yeah.
But I, like... what was I saying? It turns out that Redcoat was Spencer's evil twin that she didn't know about from Britain, and she spoke with a British accent.
I remember seeing those clips.
And I remember, like Pretty Little Liars stands were like, Troyan is so brave. Like, Troyan's so talented. I'm like, babe, she just put on a British accent. There was this show, they were like, she just played the evil character so well. I was like, she was getting her check and getting out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she was done with the show by then. They had, like, the weird dollhouse thing. And they were all still in high school. How? They were in high school for like 7 years.
Yeah.
They were in high school for so long.
Yeah.
But yeah. They had their last season of like the flash forward so that they could like actually make them adults or whatever. Oh, and then Spencer and Caleb hook up when it's like that's obviously when it happened. Spencer and Caleb are nothing alike anyways.
No, please.
No, let me
start watching it again.
Oh my God, it is so good. Like I was rewatching it over the summer and I'm in love with it because it's so corny.
I think I like Vampire Diaries a little bit more.
See, I don't.
And
I never
really
liked
corny.
Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
That is really corny, Dipika.
It's like
it's really brave of you to admit on here.
That's like Indian Bollywood TV show slow-mo corny.
But like, why? Like, why do you like Vampire Diaries? Because I don't get it. Sorry. See, I watched season 1 and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, okay. One, I just think Nina Dobrev is a really good actress.
Okay.
So that was, like, interesting to watch. Every single character is hot.
That's true.
That's scary. Like, that was their real goal in the show. It had nothing to do with plot.
Well, that was Pretty Little Liars, too.
That's true.
Yeah.
But at least Pretty Little Liars, you have...
You think Lucy Hale is acting? Girl. She's just hot. Like, I don't... But yeah, no. I don't understand you. But that's okay. Should I get into, like, 2 more little... like cringy trends before we keep so my next thing is this is pretty recent, so it's this new trend to bash prom dresses for these things called Easter dresses.
Brunch dresses. So basically, all these, like, new wave junior and senior girls going to prom, they're getting their prom dresses. I remember that I was getting my prom dress at the time, around this time. But I got it at the thrift store for $20. Nice.
And I look super cool anyways. But I remember there were girls, like, that went to my high school that got, like, $500 dresses.
I bet you they've never worn it again. And they never
will.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them sell it afterwards, but there was this one store in my hometown called, like, Tara Lee's, and every girl had their... I went with my friends to go try... I knew personally that I could not buy a dress at the store, but they were like, just come try on dresses. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I didn't think that, like... growing up that I was, like, poor all that much, but then I just had certain friends in high school that you're like, oh, I am extremely lower middle class. Like, I'm like, okay, and every girl had their own little personal assistant to help them try on. Like, every girl was matched with another teenage girl. And then another part of it is you were also... I don't think they did this intentionally. They never said they did this intentionally. But they would also match you with the girl that was, like, your size.
Oh, my
to
God.
help you, advise you on getting a dress your size. Because I remember my two friends got, like, they were, like, these skinny mini, like, sorority girl type beats. And then, like, I don't know. It was just very weird. And they were like, well, you can go over on that side of the wall, basically, to me. And I was like,
God.
oh, okay. Going over to my size, and I'm like, I didn't think that I would be...
No, that's crazy.
It was just crazy. So anyways, so already there's a stigma around prom, right? That's what I was trying to explain. I wasn't trying to give anyone a sob story on my prom. Not that I did... I looked great. But anyways... But it's like there's already a stigma around you need to have a dress that's expensive. You need to have a dress that nobody knows. Like, that nobody has the same dress. And now, these... new wave junior senior girls are saying that you need to show up in an Easter pastel, like just like flowy dress instead of like the normal like traditional like sparkly prom dress that like everyone's had for years, which is timeless. It's timeless.
And the way that they talk about it too is so funny because the people who like the Easter brunch dresses and stuff, like they'll express it on social media and they'll say, oh, so cute, so timeless. They'll say that. Yeah. But then when you see the discourse on social media, they'll say real prom dresses versus these Easter prom dresses, which I think is funny. Yeah.
No, that is fun. And it's like there is no real prom dress, but also like, but I get it because now these girls who bought their like sparkly prom dresses are being told like, oh, that's like not what's in. And they're scared that they're not going to be, like, on trend with the rest of your friends. And I think that is another stigma. Because I, like, me personally got, like, my dress at the thrift store. I was like, is this going to be what everybody else is going to be wearing? Because they very much had, like, a selection at Tara Lee's that was, like, that's this year's collection. And, like, almost every girl got it from there. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, that's so weird. I don't know why prom was so, like, weird. And maybe it's because we only had one, also, because of COVID. Yeah. So, like, we really had to show out and everything. But, like, a lot of the girls who went to my high school got, like, $500 dresses. And it's, like, and, like, they wore the sparkly prom dresses. So I can't imagine being that girl also that spends $500 on a dress. Yeah. And then being, like, told, like, oh... where's your, like, brunch core? Where's your cottage core?
Where's your, like, tiered ruffle dress?
But all in all, I think it's just a trend. Yeah. I think sparkly will be back by next. And I don't think it's out.
I think it's just because 90s as a whole and, like, that, like, silk satin, you know, like, flowy versus poofy is, like, just cycling back. Right, absolutely. But maybe... like, transitioning to brunch dresses will make it, like, so that people feel like they can spend less on dresses.
That's too, well, that's also a good thing from it. I feel like, yeah, because I feel like you can find most of those at, like, a lower end store. Yeah. You don't have to go to, like, a Tara Lee's. Or there was another one called Ashley Renee's as well.
I don't know if you've heard of, like, Sherry Hill dresses.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. And it's, like, at least... now maybe people can go to, like, Urban Outfitters or something. And get, like... which is, like, still kind of expensive, for sure. But it's, like, it's not giving...
Prom is supposed to be, like, a little bit, like, gaudy, you know, a little bit
Yeah,
over the top.
it's like the time in your life when you're young and you can actually dress up without having to have like a 9 to 5 or a wedding to go to, right? Because like as we get older, like we're gonna be able to like dress up and go to weddings, right? But like this is like the one time in your life where it's like, oh my gosh, I have an event.
Yeah, and it's still like high school, so you can still be a little bit ridiculous with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I know. I showed up glittered like front to back. It was so fun. Like you get to skip school and do your nails and like get your hair done and everything. It's like that's why are we ruining that for like certain groups of people? It's, like,
but you know, maybe another good thing that could come out of it is that they reuse their dresses now.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's true because then you can go to brunch or Easter in it.
Or Easter and brunch. Yeah.
Maybe Easter and brunch. But also, I've never worn a dress to Easter. Have you ever worn a dress to Easter?
Celebrate Easter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so valid. But no, I've never worn a dress to Easter. We're a sweatpants kind of family.
Yeah. No, honestly, like, I've never even... I don't think I've had an event where I can wear a somewhat, like, long... You know, even if it's, like, Easter brunch, but, like, long gown, like, I just...
That's not...
Bare minimum is the way I go, yeah.
I like a little skirt.
Yeah.
I like a little skirt, but... All right, the last thing I want to talk about today before we wrap up is the hear me out trend. Which is just, like, it's so funny. Because it's, like... Hear me out. Like, this person is attractive, and it's supposed to be, like, this, like, weird, like, oh, you normally wouldn't find... And then I'm looking at these, and they're all just, like, conventionally attractive men.
It'll be, like, hear me out, and then it'll be Andy Samberg. Like,
no, literally, it's like, that's him, yeah. I saw one that was Jason Segel, and I was like, that is, like, a 6'5" man. Like, that's just,
I did see one that was like, hear me out, and then it was Owen Hunt from Grey's Anatomy, which, I don't know, basically just a really toxic character.
Oh, okay,
so, like,
great.
that made a little bit more sense.
I see that. Yeah, for sure. But there was, like, another one that was, like, one of my celebrity crushes that was, like, he's a podcast host. I'm, like, pretty sure a lot of people have that crush, too, which is, like, but I thought of mine that would actually make sense.
Okay.
Robbie Shapiro. From Victorious. Oh. Hear me out. Robbie Shapiro from Victorious.
I don't want to say mine now because okay, let me give some context.
No, give some context.
Because my For You page has been getting increasingly ridiculous. Like I've actually seen the real hear me outs, you know?
Oh yeah,
like Simba or
there was one never mind.
I saw
I was not gonna you know what, I will expose myself. When I was little, do you remember Lion King 2?
I know you're talking about Kovu.
Yeah, I was talking about Kovu.
No, I agree.
Sorry.
And
it's better than the Zootopia girls.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's voiced by Jason Bateman.
Is that going to be your hear me out? Wait, I think I remember this because you brought that one presentation. Wait, tell the camera about your presentation.
I made for Christmas with my roommates. We did Christmas a little different for my apartment tree. We made a hot guy tree, and it was kind of a trend on TikTok too.
Yeah.
But we just like made a presentation to see who would make the cut for being a picture as like an ornament on our hot guy tree, and we got really into this presentation, and I loved it. Doing it like during midterms.
Well, that's like the best kind of procrastination.
No, you're right. Yeah. And it had a lot of like good-looking men. I had Jason Bateman, and I had like descriptions for each of them.
Was there maybe like another Jason Bateman character?
There was like photos for each of them.
Right.
About like 4. And there were 3 Jason Bateman photos and 1 photo of Nick Wilde. Just because I needed an example.
You know what? I set that up completely. I knew you were going to say Zootopia. Because I was like, I remember that.
I actually wasn't even going to say that.
I was hoping that was going to be your hear me out.
That is definitely... I don't think you have to... I know a good population of people
I don't think you have to hear me out.
Admitted that they're attracted to Nick Wilde. I mean, didn't you have like a Disney crush when you were little?
Yeah, but it was like a person. Okay, well, there was Kovu. Like, I just said that.
Yeah.
So, there's that for sure. I'm trying to think if there were any others.
There was one.
I remember thinking this is like just, I'm thinking animated characters now, but like the little redhead from Ratatouille. Linguini? Yeah. Okay.
That is hear me out. What?
Wait, really?
Really?
Linguini is so, like, awkward. Like, I love him.
Yeah,
He's just, like, a corny boy.
But he, like, has been harboring a rat on his head.
I'm sure he showers.
I don't know.
He's fine. He's a chef. He has a job.
No, you're right. He has a job. A waiter on roller skates.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that is.
And he, like, rizzes that, like, French bitty.
Oh yeah,
So
Colette,
like yeah, she's super hot. So like
hot.
he's got the weird riz.
You're right. Yeah.
I think that's my type. Is like the weird riz.
You know what? You just made me realize it wasn't. I don't think it was him that like first kissed. You have me thinking about the movie now. I don't think it was Linguini that first kissed Colette.
No, she did.
No, it was.
Oh.
It was Remy pulling his hair to make him do it.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't find out. That's crazy. This rat is like.
Wait,
forcing his way. Yeah, what?
Harassment.
Yeah.
What? Be for real.
Yeah.
All right, what's your actual hear me out?
Well, okay, it's not like a current hear me out. It was just when I was younger. I just want to establish that. Yeah. Because we're talking, Kovu, because we're talking about that. You know, Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Gil?
Is that the one with the scar? Yeah. Okay, valid.
You would not believe the things I have seen.
You would not believe the
things I've seen on TikTok. One of them was hear me out. I swipe and it's a rook, like a chess piece.
What?
I know. What? And then one was another hear me out. I swipe and it's the Oxford comma.
Okay, wait, that's kind of real though.
That's kind of valid.
Hear me out. It's because we're so repressed with the Oxford commas, so it's like
secretly we do harbor those feelings.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another. The other one is like more like conventionally attractive, but you know, like, do you know Charlie Day?
Yes.
Like, I think he's kind of one of my hear me outs, just because he's like not. But, like, in Always Sunny.
Oh, yes.
like, so that's more of a hear me out.
That is more of a hear me out.
Because he's, like, literally illiterate in that show. But, yeah, no, well, thanks so much for coming on Houselights today.
Thanks for having me.
We had so much fun.
So fun.
And next week, I don't know. See you guys.